Hello everyone, welcome to Tony Talks. I hope you all are doing well, and so let's get right into today's video. And thank you for all my subscribers, and if you are new here, thank you, and don't forget to hit on that subscribe button so that you will not miss out on our future videos. Thank you, and please there no derogatory comments. Thank you. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you. Bye.
They were putting pressure on the lawyer that, they must bring Primeboy. They must ask that Primeboy come on to the inquest because of what we've heard.
You got it right. You got it right. You got it right.
Yeah.
That was the pressure from the public.
It was the public pressure. So the lawyer Fadile had to insist that they bring Primeboy. Okay. Even though the magistrate already has the understanding that there was no fight. Continue, please.
Yeah, our honorable jury, supervised and sent by Tommy. Please, I want us to pay attention to the TikTok. Please tell them to keep tapping and keep so that they will not flag us, please.
Yeah, please try and keep tapping, please. Yeah. Keep tapping, please.
I want people on the comments on the TikTok to also keep pegging out note. If you have a pen and paper, please keep noting. And
please, help us tap. If you want us to use street voice, you don't tap, use bedroom voice.
Yeah, tap. If not, boss mama gbe bag and you will come on.
And our members on the courtroom. I know you are also tagging along with us to get your pen and your paper ready so we can all be on the same page. So the court said, they finally responded. The pathologist will be in the best position to give evidence. The injection he suffered, we cannot summon the nurse. But for Primeboy, I applied that witness summon be served to him. I will try to get him to give evidence. The court said, granted as prayed.
Okay,
Mr.
so
Akinde,
it was granted.
My lord, he said granted as prayed.
Yeah, correct.
Mr. Akinde speaking. My lord, in respect of submission of my learned friend as per the document we are expecting from the U.S., Section 3.4 is clear as far as the rules of evidence is concerned in this proceeding. The court responded, it is just to read out the report. I am not sure it is not about the technicalities.
Thank you, Lagata.
I don't know how soon we will be able to get the details of Primeboy. Mr. David Fadele responded, I don't really know him, but I will find out how to get him. The court said, how long? Give it time so we can take a date for that December 6th. Mr. Akinde, my lord, pending when the result is out, should we still bring Professor Shoyemi? I've told you guys at that time that you guys should put out the name.
Yeah, Professor Shoyemi is the pathologist.
Pathologist. So everybody needs to be aware that Professor Shoyemi is a pathologist. So if you keep hearing the name Professor Shoyemi, he is the pathologist. The court speaking now.
Oh, makes sense, Lagata. Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
He's suggesting we should do a UK rally again. I think it's very reasonable.
Yeah, like I said, with the result that came out of Punch, all right? So there is this thing that, remember that when we called and they were talking about a code, all right? We want to go to the address of the NMS lab and force them to grant a press conference. They need to respond to these allegations from Lagos State. They need to talk to us. I don't care if it's 10 members of Justice for Mobile we meet at the Pennsylvania in front of that lab. We go there with a placard. It's a peaceful protest. They need to come and talk to us at this time around because we are going to block the gate. We are going to invite. We are going to take permission from the police, and they will come and watch and protect the people protesting there. We are going to call them. They need to respond to this. We're going to come with all documents, and they need to respond. We want a press conference from that lab.
I'm surprised.
Either the government sends that sample to them with a
maybe
code,
they are not taking it seriously. Maybe they just think, okay, it's not really something serious. I think maybe that's why there's no official response or conference regarding it. Maybe they are just thinking it's just some people calling it's a joke. It's a
Good
kid's
evening,
joke.
Yeye. Good evening, Yeye.
Good evening.
I want to ask you a question. I saw somebody
Saint,
saying
when
that,
did you come? I just shocked. Yeah, you talk good evening. I don't know, saying, how are you now?
Oh, now me, I'm fine, ma. I want to ask you one question. I say if you come online today, I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Is it true that anybody that appear as a witness at the inquest will not have any case to answer again? Because I heard somebody saying that yesterday that since the Adura, Darosha, Wumi, and the rest of them that appeared as witnesses, that since they appeared to the inquest as witness and not suspects, that they don't have any case to answer, that they don't have any problem, that they will not take them to court.
That's not true. What they are doing right now is fact-finding in the inquest. And the fact-finding is trying to know what, really happened, that took the life of Mohbad. A witness can eventually become a suspect. You understand? Because of the fact that they were present with him at the moment when he was hale-hearty and till his demise. Now, as the fact-finding is ongoing and tables turn and the nurse maybe tells us otherwise compared to what is being heard or being cross-examined and their testimonies in the inquest, and maybe if she says, let's say for example, when I got there, I was already weak, I didn't administer all the injection, because at the end of the day, it will be the witnesses now. They will have to ask them, who are the people administering injection on him? Do you get what I mean? So table can turn. A witness does not mean that you are not culpable. And a witness does not mean that you are culpable. You are still a witness when you are not being found culpable. But if the moment they find you culpable, you'll be charged to court for whatever reason they have made you culpable. I don't know if it doesn't stop a witness. Mind you, you can go to the court. Let's say there's insurance fraud in the area of maybe a man buys his wife, and they tell you to come to the court to be a witness because you were there when he left, when she died. So after that, they then discover that no, there has to be a motive why that woman died in the house, and they see your hand in it in some way. What you said to them in the court differs from what they were able to discover and the investigation brought out. You will just see them knock on your door again, or your lawyer, whatever the lawyer may just say, okay, you are needed in the court again. You understand? They can re-invite them. They can either re-invite them or they can arrest them and be charged to court. When they arrest, it shows there's a problem. But when they invite, there's probably no problem. You understand? They just want a clarity on what they found out that kind of maybe confusing them. They want to be sure again. But most time when they arrest, it's most likely that you are culpable of something. Do you make sense for me? Have I explained it? It doesn't mean that they can still not be charged to court if they find it that they are culpable. Being a witness does not stop anything. You can be culpable as a witness. You can still be found culpable if stories lead back to you for some reason. If stories were so, it doesn't clear anything. It has not cleared anything.
Said by Tommy, the person that asked that question, is it justice or those people?
It sends Tommy.
The scientist.
Ah, that one. They play.
Let me buttress that to your point. See, as a witness, any witnesses can actually be brought to court at any time. Once they need you, or a matter arising, only the one quick call another second time, third time, fourth time, they will ask you to show up. So anybody is allowed to be brought to court at any time. So anybody only be brought to court.
In fact, a witness is not cleared until when the case is concluded. You can't travel, you can't do it. Though they wouldn't say that to you. The moment they need you to come, and if they find out that what you said in the court differs from what another person, they will have to reinvite you.
In fact, even a witness will always, they will have this protective order to protect you.
Yeah.
You are a what do you call it? Is it a prime witness?
Yeah, it's a witness. Yeah, witness. You know why? That was why I was totally against the fact that they made them witness. Eventually, you notice that, in fact, this person too is a witness. Where these two people spending and what's his name? Primeboy. Do you know? In the end, even though they suffered, things were turned on their head. In the end, it's eventually that they are witnesses. The reason why their own cases is different, why they are still under, is because they were in custody and that will be contempt of court if you jump bail. That is by traveling or going out of the country when you know that you are on bail. Do you understand? It's different from Wunmi them. They were witnesses. They were never detained in custody. Do you get? So all of them, all together, now they are witnesses. And they cannot go anywhere. Anytime the court needs them, or they must be present to come and answer everything that happened to Mo. If there's any discrepancies, and it leads to maybe Wunmi or Adura or anything, they are going to arrest them or invite them. So they are
now,
witnesses.
I want to ask you a question now, Yeye.
Yes.
Can we now put all the members in those that was living in the house of Mohbad, all right, and the driver? If they say that those that live in the house are witnesses, are they also in the same position with the driver that drove them?
Yes, because every one of them, they are all witnesses. Do you understand? They are all witnesses.
The driver was not there when the incident happened.
Yeah, no, he was there. See, that's why I said in the beginning, I said, Wunmi, Adura, Mohbad, Mohbad was with them, CY, West, Bami, they are the Anes Feyi, they are the potential prime suspects. Because it's a case of homicide. Mohbad already paid before they arrive the hospital. Upon arrival at the hospital, he was already dead. Do you understand? So there is nothing. This is a case of homicide. But homicide in what way? In the sense that if they then do investigation as it is ongoing now and discover that it was simply natural buying, that's when they will be free. Are you getting me? They are not meant to be like Primeboy. In fact, Primeboy spending driver, security, the other driver of the what's the neighbor's driver, they are the ones that are witnesses. They are witnesses. Original witnesses. These other people are suspects. I will give you an example. Maybe that will help. Sadly, my fourth born of blessed memory, his name is Mustafa. When I had my son, I had him ill, hearty. You understand? And weeks later, after the birth of my son, we slept on the bed. Unfortunately, or would I say unfortunately? It's not really unfortunately. When I got pregnant of my son Mustafa, I got pregnant on my son that was only 5 months old. 5 months old. The boy I was nursing a 5 months old baby when I got pregnant of Mustafa. So it was more or less like having twins. You know, you have a baby and you have a boy that is 1 year old. I slept in the middle of two babies that sad night. You understand? 2007. Now, That particular night, I stood up from the bed. I woke up around 1:30 a.m. I went to take, I went to wee. On coming back, 2 babies, a nursing mother. I was in between 2 babies. One is 1 year plus, one is 4 weeks baby. Now, I looked at my 4 weeks old baby. I saw a drop of blood, and it's something like black, I think blood from his nose and from the side of his mouth. I looked at the other one, who is a year plus. That one, I noticed that this other baby wasn't breathing. And I carried him. Meanwhile, before I slept that night, he cried. You know, this other baby now, that one too is baby. So he cried. I had to call this, my first child, my eldest child. I had to call her to come and help me that night to hold Mustafa, so that I can nurse this other one that is a year plus but still a baby to bed before I took this my baby. And the cry was so much that I refused to put him in the cot. I had his cot beside me, but I put him by my side. I slept with him like this, and the other baby was this way. It was on my king size bed. So we had space on the bed. It wasn't a double bed, it was a king size bed. Now, can I tell you people? The first thing was to try and get a ambulance, you understand? So upon seeing what happened, and my husband wasn't around, the only person I could think about was my biggest baby. That is my eldest child. She's 26 plus now, so you can imagine that time she was just maybe 12 or 13. Calculate it for me. So that was the age she was, 2007. So she was the only one I could remember, like, call. My heart, my head, everything blank. I was going out of the world, like I wasn't myself. I wasn't just here, you know. So when she came, I told her, Mustafa is not breathing. Mustafa is not breathing. The only thing she could remember was, to call daddy. So it was daddy that then said, call ambulance. So ambulance, I called. You know, all kids abroad, they know how to dial ambulance. They gave the phone, she gave the phone to me, and they asked me what happened. The only thing I could say was, my son is not breathing. Talk your name. I couldn't remember. What's the address? I couldn't remember. My daughter took the phone from me, and thank God she was able to tell them. And the moment the police heard not breathing, I didn't know that the moment the police hear something that sounds like pie or something like that, as the ambulance was arriving, police were with them. As the ambulance was arriving, police was with them. They didn't come alone. They won't have known that anything has happened, but I don't know. They said if you just say pie or anything or not breathing, police go just come. Police was with them. Normally, I've called ambulance for different reasons, childbearing, not feeling well. You don't see police with them. But on this day, because of what I said, my child wasn't breathing. The police arrived with the ambulance. As the police, in fact, sorry to say, the police arrived before the ambulance. The police arrived before the ambulance. When they opened the door, they were downstairs. I was holding on to my baby. The moment the ambulance, they came down, they carried the baby from my hand. They went downstairs on our 2-seater or 3-seater. They put the baby. I was just tossing up and down. I've had 3 then. I've had my first, second, and my third born. So he was the 4th born then. So I was all over the place. My head was spinning, you know. So I think they had told the police that the boy was gone. You understand? But they didn't tell me that. So I kept peeping, you know. They tried to resuscitate him, you know. So they said, who will stay with the children? Because they have to take the child to the hospital. And they saw that there's a baby with me and the other children. And I said, my husband isn't around and stuff like that. He had traveled. And so they said, who do I have? I remember, if you people watch my video, my birthday party, you will see a pastor that is there, Pastor John Torishe Moshe, and he was the one that they put a call across to. So they called him and said, I was all over the place, you know. I remember they called him. He came to our home around that past 2 in the night with his wife. Then the ambulance, the police told the ambulance to go with the child to the hospital. But me, I have to stay with the police till they came. Those two, the couple came. And when they came, they told the wife to stay with my children and myself and the pastor alone. I don't know. I've not been to burial ground before in the middle of the night. But on that day, myself and my pastor, when he was driving me to the hospital, we did not mention a word to each other. Everywhere was quiet. Because I don't know what the police told him. I wasn't in the world anymore. I've thought of millions of things. On getting to the hospital, the moment I got there, you know how they do when something bad have happened, may something bad not happen to any of you and me anymore, in Jesus' mighty name. They quickly put me and my pastor in one room like that, told us to sit down, and that they are attending to the baby. After like 30 minutes, they came, called me and the pastor, that they were up to 10. Nurse, doctor, you know, different faces, different country, you know, maybe consultant, I can't remember, nurses, they were up to 10. If I'm not sure, maybe because of the trauma I was in, you understand? They then told me that I should come and tell them to remove the, something to switch off the, something, maybe the ventilator, I don't know what it is, that he was brought to the hospital dead on arrival. Now, this is where I'm trying to go to. He was what? Dead on arrival. Then they said they tried to see if there was anything they could do, but there was nothing that they can do for me and for him, that they are sorry. He's gone, but he was dead on arrival. Can they switch off is it the ventilator or something? I don't know what they call it. And I looked at my pastor. And you know, that was when I expected miracle. I fell on the floor. My pastor used that thing to preach. That, do you know, if you want to see the pain that is most unbearable, is the loss of a child. When it happened to sister, that is me now, that when I fell on the floor, the moment I held on to his leg, he said his heart ceased. He couldn't breathe. He was almost falling over. He said it was like they put iron. My own was, I was holding on to his leg, that he should just say, Talita Kumi, wake this child for me. Wake this child. This is the time I need the miracle that happened in the Bible. The things that he has said on the pulpit. All his preaching. I needed that to manifest now. Pastor couldn't do anything. The boy was gone. Can I then tell you people the truth? What would you have expected? Tell me. After the turn of events at the hospital, everything, they took me back home. By the time I got home, I was sitting down. Pastor couldn't talk to me. Mo jókòó, mo lọ. Èmi kúrò ní, mo lọ. By the time I got home, they had stapled my house with yellow and black. Can you come by? It was later I was made to realize that's what they call crime spots. because crime scene because ọmọ yẹn ti kú nígbà tí àwọn paramedic wá sílé mi, and they were not allowing anybody to go upstairs. Every part of that house aside the living room, nobody was allowed. I just saw people before COVID. Moon. I saw them in my house with something like briefcase. Maxed up. Come and see. I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what they were doing, you know. I thought they were cleaning something, you know. Because even me, I wasn't even in the world. I wasn't even okay. Emi go normal. So, at that point, I didn't understand what they were doing. Even though the police, pushing wale, they won't come and see police in front of my house. They pushing wale, they had immediately informed lots of clinic, all these people that come to counsel, therapy, they had informed them. They were to come and see my house just so that they can hold me together. I should not also go gagagu. I didn't know that they were doing forensic to be sure I'm not the one that killed my child. Shengbo me that I am not. I didn't know. Engbo, I did not know that was what they were doing. Oh. I thought that anu ni won ṣe fún mi pé èyàn nǹkan bá ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ sí mi, so they were caring for me ní èrò ṣe pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn forensic àti ọlọ́pàá ni o. After everything, it took them maybe 3 hours or 4 hours. I can't remember how long. Then they told me I can then go upstairs in my room. You understand that who is going to take care of me? Meanwhile, you know, my husband have started making plans to try and come back. So me, I wasn't okay. You understand? Everybody was already worried for me because me, I wasn't even okay. It took them. They did postmortem, autopsy, toxicology, gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe fún Mohbad. That was when later a letter was sent to me to clear me pé mi ò lọ́wọ́ nínú ikú ọmọ mi. Before I was then allowed, the doctor that did the autopsy, everything in Crumlin Hospital, they then invited me to put me through on everything they did. I have the letter to clear me. Hold on, please. Shortly after that incident, on a documentary in this country, a woman that similar thing happened to like me, òun gangan ló pa ọmọ ẹ̀. Apparently, precedents added that depression can make some mothers kpai their children. Some mothers do it. So therefore, they do not rule it out on anybody. When such reoccurs in any area, seen anywhere, they will treat it like others that has happened, and they ended up finding out that woman was sentenced to life imprisonment in this country. Go and check it, 2007. Just Google it. You will see it. She killed her daughter. Ó pa òun fúnra rẹ̀ ló pa ọmọ yẹn. Ó fún lọ́rùn pa. Ó gbé pillow sí lójú, ó suffocate ẹ̀. Ó wá fẹ́ sọ, they took, my own case was caught death. Caught death means natural death. Ó kúkú àtọ̀dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. That is what the result of mine was. They carried, my case was treated as what? A criminal case in the beginning. Ó ṣe forensic. They did not say because any mama mo yẹn ni kò lè pa. No, I was #1 suspect. Other kids with me, they were minor. Èmi nìkan. If my husband was with me, we are both suspects. I was #1 suspect. Èmi dẹ̀ ni mo bímọ, ọmọ mi ni. ṣé ìyá ń pa ọmọ ẹ̀ ni? Yes, àwọn kan ṣe. I hope that makes that area very clear for you people to understand that reason why homicide is treated that way is because you can't treat homicide as, oh, it can't happen. A wife can't buy the husband. A husband can't buy the wife. A mother can't buy his child. No. Homicide is always suspicious. As long as you are, the person buy before, it's not the hospital that it buy or she buy, it will be treated as homicide where it took place until proven beyond reasonable doubt that it is not so. Please go ahead.
So that means that they're actually seeing you as a suspect.
Yes, I was actually a suspect.
Despite the fact that it was a child that actually died.
Yeah.
And you were
I still have the letter. I still have the letter. It hurts me. In fact, it hurts me that, you know, like, I didn't know. I didn't know that they suspected me. Like, you know, I didn't know. But, you know, later on, if you go and watch all this documentary, you find out that I made a lot of this crime. You see so many mothers spy their children. You will see many mothers spying their children. Oh, and you know, a lot of, if you are in the law field, you will understand what I mean. If you are in the law field, you will understand what I mean. Being a suspect is from precedents. Many precedences that we have them. There are case laws where mothers have spied their kids, infants, where husbands have spied their wives, where wives have spied their husband. Many things like friends have spied friends. So we cannot but to look at it as suspicious. Especially when the person wasn't certified by dead in the hospital. It must be treated as one, a suspicious spying, until proven otherwise, medically. Assuming it was not like that, immediately they will just arrest me. Woman arrest me.
One turn.
Woman arrest me. Tí wọ́n bá ti ṣe gbogbo kíní forensic tó sì pé only sí mi báyìí wọ́n gbọ́ wá gbé mi nìyẹn. Forensic was done that day gangan. Mo délé mo bá wọn ọlọ́pàá àtàwọn tó ń wọ gbogbo wọ́n yellow tape ọ̀dọ̀ mi ni. Wọ́n ò jẹ́ ká gòkè, wọ́n ò jẹ́ ká kulẹ̀. Gbogbo court ọmọ mi, wọ́n gbogbo bẹ̀ báyìí. Gbogbo bí mo ṣe bọ́lẹ̀, tí mo ṣe gbogbo everything, wọ́n yellow tape gbogbo bẹ̀ ni. Ibi tó ọmọ mi wà, ibi tí mo sùn sí. By the time tí mo máa gòkè báyìí, tí wọ́n ti mark àwọn nǹkan, wọ́n tí mi ò mọ nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe, mi ò rí o. But mo ṣá mọ̀ pé wọ́n gbé briefcase báyìí ni wọ́n gbé jáde. Àwọn ẹni yẹn gbogbo wọ́n mask up ni. Mi ò rí irú ẹ̀ rí. Àtìgbà yẹn ni mo ti mọ̀. Then I have not gone into the studying law, so me you know. But if you go and watch Crime Watch, be all this thing, you will see many cases. And if you are in the legal field, you will know that they actually did the right thing. Because some people buy their children. Àwọn èèyàn mi ń pa ọmọ wọn. Wọ́n pa ọmọ wọn. Àwọn màmá mi ń pa ọmọ wọn dáadáa. So go ahead, please. So you understand what I mean. I hope I have explained myself why homicide is seen in that way. I will always say it. I was a prime suspect. It is normal. It doesn't mean that I did it. It's just that I am a suspect. And so I cited that example before, and I'm repeating it again. Why I took them as prime suspect. They are potential prime suspects. That's all.
A prime suspect is not that
they committed anything. What clear me now? I was cleared, unknowing to me. Go ahead, please.
All right.
Thank you so much. Friday, Robo, Friday, Robo, Friday. Mr. Aki not come today. Mr. Aki send me message.
I've been sending him invite. I don't think it's...
No, it's available. Friday, Robo, Friday, Apostle. Let me just you people, Mr. Robo. Sorry, let me allow us take tea break. You see, Mr. Robo, when I met him, he didn't know me, and he's the type of man that, all these people that K1 loves a lot. Or, K1, if you go to all these oldies in London, when K1 is in London, you'll be hearing Friday, Robo. This the man. This particular man is the man. He's now an apostle. That's why he doesn't follow K1 anymore. So, the first day he has to be an apostle. This apostle Robo, he has to be an apostle. Let me tell you the reason. So one day I was at a party. I think that was the party was somewhere on Old Kent Road or somewhere. I can't remember now. I don't want to lie. So, but one big party. If you are the type that likes K1 song, then I was living in London. I used to live in London, So I went for that party. That day, the only man I can remember amongst many others that Wasiu used for all this nice, Wasiu need national anthem for Lukaluku. So I remember one guy they called Danku Arawani. He is dead now. So it was that party was the place I saw that man for the first time. I think the last time. So I said on TV. And Wasiu Bati like so he used to praise this man a lot. This man, Apostle Robo. He would say, Friday, Robo. Everybody, when Wasiu likes you and he uses your name for song, you go treat you well, So I went down here, Robo, Friday, Robo. I want Joe ati gbagbe ironu wa gbogbo wa ta ni ronu lara ati gbagbe. Next thing. Everywhere just scatter. Bag, ambulance, police, everybody. They say the man don't die. This man don't die. Hey! Ota Kuni Itiku. For that party. Have you seen me being dramatic before? Timba she drama fun yon. You'll be wondering, hey. They go say me, Moba Sukun. I don't know him. I just like, the national anthem that Wasiu always gives him. Friday, go back to the party, man, you go down, you go there listen to song. You go down, Friday, Robo, Friday. How they say the man don't buy you? What you buy? They say person use bottle boy on the head for that party. Everywhere can scatter, everywhere can quiet, everybody can I want to more man about K. What hurts me was because I saw him dancing. I saw the way Wasiu, they praise her and everyone. Next thing, they say Wasiu take off. Wasiu tell people woman she be npa won lágbára. Gba tí wọ́n rí àwọn tó gbé ìgò wá. Wọ́n ní Wasiu for fence ni. Everybody fall down. Èmi wo gbé mi wá ni. Mo yá wá bí tí mo máa gbà sá lọ. Mo wá kenu mọ́tò à ń sunkún. Now you will just be thinking, how can that man die? How can they fight that man? No. Everywhere, London, come scatter. Everybody out, Tigbo. Hours later, now you will come here and say, the man not die. You say he don't wake up. Say he go coma. He can't wake up. Say they don't see him. Say he die, he come back. I think that's what changed Friday Robo. I'm very positive that is what changed that man. I am so sure that that's what changed him. That the God, because everywhere in London, then he don't London drop. If Wasiu use your name, they sing. So people knew Friday Robo with that song. Friday Robo, Friday. Oh, they madu, ga. Timo, me I like only go, ga. Àwọn obìnrin tá dẹ̀ mọ́jọ́ àti bàbá ìtọ́ máa ju chia ìtú wíìgì àti ìṣe àwọn wíìgì ilé ìgbà yẹn inú wa máa dùn fáì dáńkú ara wa ní ìjìnlẹ̀ pa gígìngìrì kú ara ìjìnlẹ̀ pa. Bá a ṣe gbọ́ pé Friday Robo ti jí padà nìyẹn o pé kò kú mọ́ o kò síbi tí bá ti I fit not talk this story anytime I see him ẹni tọ́lọ́run dá padà ni. I know that thing change him. Next thing, I just say Friday Robo don't touch to Apostle Friday Samson. When the man don't see death, he fear death. He say he can't even serve God. I just see Apostle Friday Samson money. Ẹni tọ́lọ́run ò pa. You don't know, say, now until you see that like this, you see him, you go know, say, God dey. You more your long. I just say, Apostle don't join name. I can't they look the man, don't be this man they call Friday Robo. Don't be Friday Robo. And all station police were warned because of powerful someone. Hey, everything. I was so like, wow. And that's how God captured him. Yama yo bati lo. Nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe Friday Robo yẹn. Wasiu love this. You know, say if Wasiu use your name, sing the national anthem. If you come London or anywhere where you see Friday Robo, ó máa change ìlú. Á ní pé ẹ mọ̀ pé àjẹ́ ó máa change ìlú fáwọn tí ẹ ní. Wọ́n kò change ìlú yẹn ní green. Friday Robo. Gbogbo ẹbí àwa scatter ibodè mo lè mọ̀ pé àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n máa fi jà àwọn obìnrin gbà yẹn pé Friday Robo agbádùn gbà yẹn o àgbà tí ń dé sìn ṣe gbogbo yẹn mọ́ Friday Robo gan ti di born again ó ti di apostle. The chief priest made everyone in the house to swear to an oath. Which chief priest? You have come. You have come. That was not the Friday. Who told you? Who told you? This is the Friday here. Do you know him more than me? He's the one. This Friday Robo. That's him. That's Friday Samson here. Who told you he's not the one? Ask him. He knows I know him. That's the Friday here. That's the man. The Samson you are seeing there. Is born again that made him go and take his name, Gogon. Is the one, is the man, the Friday Robo is the one here. The one that is bearing Friday Samson. Is the one that Wasiu always praise. Is now Apostle Friday Samson. It's the one that comes here. Do you think I don't know him? I know him now.
Mr. Friday, you want to step on the podium?
Oh man, sorry. Only he's not the type that likes to show himself. Why are you arguing with me? How can you not know something? You will not be telling me. Hey, well, I know him. He's the one. He's the one that is Friday Robo. He's the man that Wasiu tó máa ń kí yẹn ni tí wọ́n fọ́ nǹkan tó ló dá wọn padà tá gbogbo wa ní London àti ròpọ̀ táwọn ti kúrò Ọlọ́run wá dá wọn padà. He became born again na ni wọ́n fi di apostle ìgbà tí máa rí wọn wọ́n ti di apostle ni mo ní Ọlọ́run gbàkóso ẹni tí ò kú ni wọ́n ó yá ṣe kíákíá ó yá gba Jésù.
Who goes in there when you go fear?
I don't know if he's the one. That's Friday Robo. Go ask him.
Friday, you couldn't just give your story.
He's the one. Go ask him. He will tell you he's the one. Except you don't know him. If you know him, go ask for his picture. You will see that he's the one. He's the one. He's the one giving me style. He's always hey, Robo, Friday, Robo. He's the one.
When I was in the world. When I was in the world.
Àwọn Friday apostle ló yẹ kó máa sọ yẹn. Nígbà táwọn wà nínú ayé. K1 gan mọ̀ pé K1 gan mọ̀ máa forí máa yẹn kọrin gan ni. Wọ́n máa lo orúkọ wọn national anthem. Who not know Friday Robo? Because what you your Robo your kinní kan apostle àwọn èèyàn pè wọ́n.
Wear face cap everywhere. Friday Sunday, everywhere it goes. Is it because of the stitches?
No, I don't now know if the head though, but they said the head, he collapsed, he passed out.
They shut the heaven gates.
Yes.
Where did they go?
Ọlọ́run ló dá wọn padà. For hours in London, people had declared him dead. Àwọn èèyàn sọ pé ọ̀tá wọn ti kú náà. Àwọn ló wà bí báyìí náà. Ṣé mo fẹ́ máa parọ́ ni? Hours later, everybody don't cry, say, máa yìí ti lọ. Alhaji, wọ́n sá lọ ni. Mi ò mọ àwọn tó wá wèrè làwọn people yẹn wọ́n kàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pa. Wọ́n kàn làgò mọ́. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní Friday burú, Friday Robo burú. Owó gba rubbish. You understand? Wọ́n kàn gbá wọ́n àtẹ̀yìn ní oko tí ẹ yé mi ò mọ̀. Ìyàkọ̀ mo dẹ̀ rí nínú torí wọ́n máa ń ṣe báyìí Friday Robo. So I was seeing him and I think that's probably my first time seeing it. And I was seeing it suddenly make the girl stand and say the person don't cry. I cry I dey cry. I can't look for how I want to come out for everybody run for that party that day. He said true. He's the one.
He's saying yes to you, your story. He said yes.
He's the one now. He's the one. Báwo ṣe ní mọ̀ pé he knows I know him very well now. Friday Robo knows I know him very well. Miss Apostle na my person now. Apostle na good man. Na good man. Every time I talk this story, I'm always happy that he didn't die that time. Penny for long. God, Ọlọ́run ló rà wọ́n padà. And as at that time, I know his father was alive then. I don't know about his mom. So you can imagine Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kó kárí kú ọmọ. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kárí kú ọmọ. His father was alive. But later, when he was an apostle, that was when I saw he buried his father. So definitely his father was alive. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kárí kú ọmọ. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kárí kú ọmọ. So continue, please. Thank you, Mr. Robo. God bless you. Apostle, God bless you. Thanks for coming up. I always see you now. You always give me roses, red, violet, and blue. God bless you, Apostle. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So, in fact, it was because he was in Nigeria. I was supposed to be at my party. Abimo Paroni. Apostle.
I always see him on TikTok on supporting justice for mobile.
He was supposed to be at my party now. He was supposed to be there, but he was in Nigeria that period. Yeah, he was supposed to be at my party. Apostle. You know me that Apostle. Oh yeah, please continue.